Hey everyone, welcome back to the Barney Homestead. My name's Jess Barney and I'm so excited to be back in the garden with you guys today. It's been a while. It's been a long while. I think my last video from the garden was July, maybe June. No, I think it was July. It was a July garden tour. And it is currently September 23rd. And let me just tell you, July kind of flipped my world upside down. And to be completely honest, I have spent very little time in the garden the last few months. As you probably saw from my little opening, a lot of the beds look empty, and they definitely are. And I haven't really known kind of where to go or what to say. But I finally just decided, like, I feel it inside me. I have this calling, I have this longing, I have this desire, whatever you want to call it, to pick up the camera and just share this with whoever wants to see it, to be quite honest. When I originally started wanting to film my life, my garden, really, my life, I was hoping that it would resonate with a few people, but to be quite honest, it was really for me. And I started to get so hung up in what other people would think, what I was doing versus what I wasn't doing, that I kind of just walked away from it. And I don't want to do that anymore. This brings me so much happiness, and I just want to get back into it. So figured I would do a quick little video today to catch you up on what has been going on. And during the video, I am going to be digging my second container of potatoes. My garden, and I'll go into this in more detail in some future videos, but the garden is pretty sporadic right now. I have still been harvesting things over the last few months. The big ones being my spaghetti squash. I ended up getting 13 spaghetti squash this year, and my honey nut butternut squashes, which I just harvested, that I think I got about 12 or 13 of as well. And the potatoes, I planted 2 containers of potatoes June 1st. First time growing potatoes for me. The first round that I dug up, I planted 3 seed potatoes in each container. The first round I dug up, I got 7 potatoes from the 3 seed, and they were pretty tiny, but they were in the planter that, you probably see it right behind me here. They were in that planter. The soil wasn't the best. So I'm gonna dig the other one today, and I figured while I'm doing that, I just kind of talk to you about where I've been and what's been going on. And what I hope the future of this channel looks like. So it'll be pretty short and sweet. We'll dig a few potatoes, we'll see how I did, and we'll go from there. All right, so it's already starting out as a disaster. I can't find my kneeling pad because I haven't used it in months and I have no idea where I put it, so I'm using a tarp. And yeah, that's just kind of how things have been. So I miss you guys. Can I tell you, I am already feeling so just like happy that I'm doing this right now with you. And that's really what matters. But anyways, I'm gonna start digging, as I said. Let's talk about where I've been. So I have a full-time job during the week. I work in the beauty industry as a district manager. And in July, my organization started going through some changes. Prior to July, I had Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, and I traveled about once or twice a month. And then in July, we, like a lot of companies do, did a reorganization. And I went from Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota to picking up Missouri, Indiana, Kentucky, and Michigan. And it has been nonstop. I went from 9 stores up to 16 stores. And it's just been crazy. And to be quite honest, that's where my priority's been. Okay, I can already tell that there are better tomatoes. Hello, there are better potatoes in here than in my first round. Or in my first container over there. And I pride myself in my job. Let's be clear, it's not what I want to do forever. I definitely want to live that homesteading and farm life more so than I'm doing now, but I have bills to pay, so that's my job in the moment. And I do love it, but it was a huge transition. Oh my gosh. Wait, do you see this? This is a potato. Have you seen people grow potatoes before? They always pull them out of the ground and they're like, oh my God, it's like digging for buried treasure and it's so cool. And I'm like, well, how, like gardening's cool, but like how cool can it actually be? I've never pulled a stalk of potato and seen potatoes on it. Holy cow, look at the size of this one. Oh, it does have a split in it, so I might have to use that one first. That's pretty good. All right, I already have more than I got out of that pot, so I'm encouraged. Here's another one, and another one, and another one. All right, I'm already up to 6, and I've only dug up 1 tuber. So we're making progress. So, had this change, got all these new stores. Oh my word. I'm just gonna show you at the end. Got all these new stores, and I'm gonna be honest, I take my job really seriously. I really enjoy my job. And that kind of took priority. I had half of my stores were brand new. I didn't know them, I didn't have them before. And that's where my time and energy went, if I'm being completely honest. And the garden definitely took a back seat. Everything really took a back seat. And I was just feeling so, if I'm being honest, stressed and overwhelmed. When I started working for the company I work with, I'm celebrating 9 years in November. My job was all local. It was car travel only. I never wanted a travel job. To be quite honest, I still don't want a travel job, but this is the job and this is what it's become. And so of course I kind of have to do it. And I'm going to be honest, for the first couple months, I was really fighting the change. And I threw myself into it because I needed to. And at the time, what was best for me was just saying everything else kind of has to be put on the back burner for right now. So the garden kind of did its thing. I stopped enjoying going into the garden because every time I would go into the garden, I would just see more things destroyed by pests, more things that had disease. And I was just like, I can't do this to myself. Like, I just can't do this to myself. So I just stopped, to be quite honest. I just stopped and let the garden do what it was gonna do. I occasionally watered, but, you know, really took a back seat. And I'm here to tell you, if you're in a season of your life where it just kind of feels like everything around you is very stressful and chaotic, it's okay to pull back and take a breath and take a breather. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that you are failing or can't do a good job at anything, or, you know, whatever you want to, whatever you're saying to yourself or whatever you want to think. It just means that there's going to be times where we have choices to make, and those choices might not be what we want them to be, but that's the way it is. And that's kind of what it was like for me. And for me, I chose to kind of put this on the back burner because I knew it was always going to be there. I could always come back to it. And again, it was really important for me to just kind of refocus my efforts towards work. So I did. This soil, by the way, looks amazing. Oh, except for this little grub here. Can you see him? This little guy. He's gonna go bye-bye. But I'm back now, and I'm really excited for the plans that I have. I've gotten through my first kind of quarter in my new role with my new stores, and I am traveling almost every week, and that has been really tough because I am someone who is very routine. And so to be kind of yanked out of your routine aggressively was really tough, but I think I'm starting to kind of find my rhythm. And I just, to be quite honest, continue to remind myself that this is only temporary. It's not going to be like this forever. And that's what's helping me get through it. But I also have decided that, again, I kind of know enough about what I'm doing now that I don't feel like I have to hide from the other things in life. The things that I really enjoy doing and bring me a ton of fulfillment, like gardening, like baking sourdough. Guys, I have some exciting things on my mind and planned for sourdough in the coming months, so I hope you stay with me. I have been having so much fun in the kitchen because I haven't had as much time outside, so I've been making it count in the kitchen and experimenting with recipes and getting back into, really enjoying cooking again. And I just want to share that with you because I think that as I dump dirt, soil all over, I think that we can learn so much from one another. And I think that there's got to be other people out there who feel like I do, that they're in a situation that they don't want to be in, and it feels, quite frankly, kind of hopeless. And it's like, how am I ever going to get out of this? And I'm here to tell you that you just have to make the time, and you have to choose to make the time. And again, it doesn't need to be an all or nothing thing. You got to do what works for you. And so again, this is what's worked for me over the last few months, but I'm in a much better place now with work, and I'm excited to get back into this and take you along with me. It's fall time. I've got some fall camping coming up. I'm so excited. As you can see what I'm in, it's the wetter weather finally. And yeah, just really excited for what the future holds. And I'm really excited that you're here with me. So I think I have dug up all the potatoes in the time that I've been talking. I'm not finding any the further down I go, except another grub friend. How many did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 potatoes from 3 seed potatoes versus the 6 I got from that pot over there. Hey guys, I'll take it. 20 potatoes? 20 potatoes from these 2 little pots. That's incredible. So here's the potato harvest. Don't ask me what I did to grow them. I have no idea. I stuck them in the ground and watered them occasionally and then just let them do their thing. Like I said, pretty hands-off. But because they're so hands-off, I think I'm definitely gonna have them in the garden moving forward. Anyways, I'll keep it short and sweet. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Thanks so much for coming back and staying with me. And if you're new, I'm so excited to spend more time with you in the future. And let's do all the things that we're passionate about. For me, that's cooking, that's gardening, that's crafting, that's camping. And that's what I want to find time to embrace every day, every week, as much as possible. So I'm glad you're here, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye, guys.